Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to 4x4 Jumpman, and I'm gonna be doing a review on how the Ranger handles. I'm gonna drive around the street and check out a few bumps and see how smooth it is and see what the suspension is in stock. Got reverse camera as well as a front and a rear parking sensor. Diesel engine. I was driving a Honda Jazz, which was a petrol engine, and it's super quiet. So with this one, it's a diesel. It's, the petrol, at least 4 diesels are cheap, and with my Honda Jazz, it was pretty cheap as well, being a small engine. But I really love the sound of a diesel. It makes it sound very mean and beastie. So just with this handling, it's pretty smooth. When I'm turning left and right, it doesn't kind of roll. But with the acceleration, you kind of have to give it a push to give it a good go, you know, so you can kind of send it. But just driving around the street, you can just accelerate slowly and you're all good. So this engine is a 3.2 liter. It's a 6-speed auto. As you already know, it's a 4x4, and it's got the 2H, 2H, 4H, and 4 low. Alright, let's see how we go with this bump, which is kind of just like a small crossing. I'll just go pretty quick on it and see. That was the bump. That wasn't too bad. Here's another one. Usually with my Honda Jazz, I'd go really slow in here, but I didn't even put on the brakes. It's another bump there. It's quite sturdy. Here's another bump. I'll slow down on this one a bit, and that's kind of all you get with that bump. So I haven't really tested it on off-road yet with the stock. I wish I could test it off-road, but in a week's time I'll be getting the suspension. So right now we've got COVID lockdown and we can't really get out of our area. Here's another little bump. Well, it's actually a hump on the street. Let's see how we go. I was traveling about 20 kilometers on that one. Just gonna see if I can accelerate a little bit. Can't really accelerate too much because I'm in a street road. Maybe I'll go a little bit into the highway. Let's try it out there, give it a good acceleration. It's a bit hard for me to compare it because I've never really driven a 4x4 before. This is actually my first time. But at the moment, I've got it on too high, so it's only using the rear wheels. So the mods that I'll be doing on here, I'll be putting a hammer bullbar as well as some bash plates. I'm also gonna be putting some recovery points. It already has a standard recovery points, but I'm gonna put a new recovery points. And later down the track, I'll also be putting some rebar with some towing on towing ball on it. Also gonna put some rock sliders as well to get some side protection. I'll have to make sure that it's airbag compatible. I'm also gonna put some 17-inch wheels on these, even though it's already got 17-inch wheel now, but I'm gonna put a more of a fancy looking one to give it that nice look. And then I'm gonna be putting some BF Goodrich tires, and it'll be the KO2 tires. And the KO2 tires will be at least 285 by 70 on 17-inch rims. So that's fairly good. That's almost close to a 33-inch tires. I think it's roughly about 32.7. And I'm also just going to put a 2-inch lift. I'm not going to go too hard out on it and go 3-inch, 4-inch. I don't really want to damage any of the CVs. Don't really want to put a deep drop yet or anything like that, because I'm going to be driving it also to work. Plus I want to make sure it's fairly legal and I don't want to get defected. The rims I'm getting will be at 12 positive, so hopefully it doesn't stick out too much. I'm also getting EGR flares, so with the flares it should keep the wheels inside at least. And also the tires that I'm getting, it's all terrains, so it won't be as loud as normal mud terrains. So if we go up to 80. Yeah, so I've done only 419 kilometers in this car. It's fairly new, and I only got the XLS Sports. So with the XLS Sports, if you compare it to either a XLT or a Wild Track, it's got the leather seats, this one's just got the cloth. You've also got the power plug in the back. This one doesn't. You've also got the bi-LED lights on the higher models. This one's just got the standard lights, but I'll be putting a Mustang headlights on this anyway, so it'll have a daytime running light at least. But with the Sports, you also get that 8-inch tech pack, 8-inch screens, and it's touchscreen. It's got voice command. It's got Apple CarPlay and Auto Android, so that's all you really need. And if you're like old school like me, there's a CD player, and I can play all the CD that I have that I own, which is really the 90s music. So the extras on an XLS Sports, you've also got the tub liner, which I mentioned in my first review. There's also the sports bar. The sports bar makes it really look nice, plus it's black. And you've also got the grille. The front grille is also blacked out. And then also you've got the door handles blacked out. In the XLT, it's a chrome. I think you get a chrome in the XLT. So I'm just gonna see what other things I can do to be able to go camping, 4x4, off-roading, touring, a bit of fun, make a bit of memories with the families and friends, with friends who like to go off-roading, and yeah, just a lot of camping would be nice. So just a comparison with the 2-liter bi-turbo. I ended up getting the 3.2-liter because I feel that it's gonna be more reliable because it's been around for long. The bi-turbo's only been around a couple of years, but they said that it is faster because of the 2 turbos and it's more fuel efficient, being, I guess, a 4-cylinder engine. So there is heaps of places to go to around New South Wales. There's Lithgow, they have Lake Lyell there. They've also got the Noons, and Marangaroo. That's one of the first place I've been to where my friends took me. I didn't have a 4x4, but one of my friends let me drive his fordranger. So I think that's how I kind of ended up wanting to get a fordranger, and plus it's one of the best 4x4 in Australia. So what I like about the fordranger, it's got that nice simple look at the front, but when you put on the forward grille and make it look like the Raptor, it looks really mean. So with the mods that I'm going to put on, and I'm also going to put a bonnet scoop. The bonnet scoop will kind of make it more higher because of the length, not the length, but the height of the bonnet scoop. I'm not sure if you get what I mean, but yeah, when you see it, you'll see what I mean. So with the fordranger, it's also got the navigation system, and it's also got the Ford Pass system, and I really like the Ford Pass system because you can actually start your car in the morning, and you can also unlock it and lock it just using your phone. Doing a U-turn in the car park. I have a few bumps here that I can try out. Yeah, the bumps with this 4x4 is nothing. Works like a charm. Actually can't wait to take it off-road. But I'm pretty sure by the time I take it off-road, I'll probably have a different suspension instead of the stock. So the fordranger is actually the #1 selling 4x4 in Australia. It competes with the Hilux as well. I think the Hilux probably has more production, so maybe they actually are able to sell more. But it's kind of neck to neck between the fordranger and the Toyota Hilux. So with the Raptor, the Raptor has less towing capacity than the Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger has more. I think it's because of the suspensions that they put in here. So with the suspension on the Raptor, it's got the Fox suspension, and that's kind of more of a racing suspension, and it's got a wider body as well, the Raptor. So the payload for that one, I think, is less, and then the towing is less as well. So if you do want to be towing a lot, like a big caravan, you'd go for a Ford Ranger. And if you want to be putting a lot of payload, you'd go for a Ford Ranger. But then if you're going to change the suspension anyway, then you should just go for a Ford XLS, because you don't want to spend too much money when you can just use that money to buy new mods. So with these cloth covers, I'm gonna be putting some seat covers in there, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna get dirty when we go off-roading. But I'm gonna make sure that the seat covers are side airbags compatible. And the tires on these are Geolander all-terrains, but it's only 80% road and 20% off-road. So if I'm really going serious off-roading, I'd get the KO2s. But there are a lot of different tires out there. There's Wild Peak, you've got Falcons, you've got Monster, but I prefer the KO2s because it won't be as loud. Anyway guys, comment below if you like Ford Rangers and what kind of mods you would want to put in your Ford Ranger if you want to go 4x4 off-roading or touring. Hey guys, if you like my video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.